All right. We're back, and I think we have more people joining us, and I don't know. I'm just excited to get into this. So,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's begin. I would like to ask that you give us a little introduction, and maybe a little bit of background of the team behind the project, and then we can move on to talk about other things, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. So again, as you mentioned earlier, I'm B. I'm a part of the core team with Buddha, and just a little bit about me personally. I live in the United States. I've worked in IT for roughly 8 years, and I've been in the crypto space really since about 2014, kind of eyeballing Bitcoin here and there. And it wasn't really until 2017 when I watched Bitcoin sort of grow from about 4,000 to about 20,000, when I really started to take a keen interest in Web3 as a whole and Bitcoin and blockchain technologies. And I thought to myself, I gotta dive in and see what's really going on here and start to learn more. And since then, since 2017 in my deep dive into Bitcoin, I learned about Ethereum, the ERC20 standard, NFTs, DeFi, went through the whole crypto, DeFi summer, and it was really Dogecoin that really set it off for me because I used to be extremely hardcore on what exactly is the utility behind a lot of these projects. And I scoffed and mocked at Dogecoin personally for a while. And it wasn't until I witnessed Dogecoin solidify itself within the Web3 space and create an entire ecosystem for itself with thousands of other Inu type dog coins. Developers are flocking to this space. And when you have so many smart people and so many just people in general coming to a certain space, that is the utility in of itself. The community is that utility. And that's kind of when the light bulb went off in my head that meme coins are here to stay. And it doesn't always have to be we have to create a cryptocurrency that will solve a big problem in the world more than it can be about fostering a community, fostering a home for others. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here and what we are accomplishing with Buddha. That was a little bit of a lot. That was kind of a lot. Do you want me to give a little background about how the Buddha Coin team kind of formed and what we represent as a whole a little bit?
All right. Thank you for that quick intro. Now, I would like to ask. I'm very, very much interested in
Mhm.
the ideation, like because I think about the project Buddha, right? Apart from Buddha, the only other project I know that has this, religious theme is Jesus Coin, right? And I don't know, and Buddha is doing so well, Jesus Coin is doing so well, right? But I'm still curious. If I could ask the founder of Jesus Coin, I would ask him, what led to this? Like, why did you decide to do this? What was going through your head? What were you looking to create, by launching this project Buddha?
Yeah, and I don't want to put words into the Jesus Coin founder into his mouth, but I know him. We've been friends for years, actually. And he did tell us, and we're in a little Discord channel together, and he said, I'm tired of all these rug pulls. I'm tired of everyone creating a meme coin, and then the day it launches, it's a scam. And that is kind of what inspired him to create Jesus Coin. And that's actually kind of how Buddha Coin was founded. It was through the good nature and the good ethos that Jesus Coin was showcasing, being that leader in the space. And after I had been in Jesus Coin personally, working with the crypto church, being an admin with the crypto church, some of my friends, we got together and said, this is going to be such a big thing. And Jesus and Christianity isn't necessarily for everyone. We love the idea of doing good and giving back to others. We want to show the crypto world that we can form communities with a compassion for one another. And that's when we decided, Jesus Coin is constantly saying we want others to follow in our footsteps and do good and give back too. So that's what really lit the fire under my shoes and my team's shoes to launch Buddha Coin with the similar ethos of representing the community, representing honesty and compassion, and also just kind of having these fundamental core Buddhist values attached to it too. We want to try to align some of these spiritual concepts as we evolve in this digital age.
All right, amazing. Now, let me start by asking. I was going through your white paper, right? And I saw your vision, and the plans that you have. But I wanted to ask, when you say the project is about a fusion of community and spirituality and cryptocurrencies landscape, and I'm quoting what I saw in the white paper. So when you say it is a fusion of community and spirituality in the cryptocurrencies landscape, what do you mean exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. So this could be a long-winded answer, so I'll try to summarize it as best as I can. But in the concept of a community and spirituality in the cryptocurrency landscape, we're really referring to a unique approach of integrating, this Buddhist time-honored principles with the modern world of digital currencies. From things like community focus, spiritual alignment, using cryptocurrencies as a tool for positive change, and we try to have a mindful approach to finance. In short, really, Buddha Coin is about redefining the cryptocurrency experience so that it's a little more inclusive. It's ethically grounded. As we mentioned previously, there's so many malicious people with bad intentions out there. So we want to be ethically grounded. And again, as I mentioned earlier, community oriented, all while being anchored in spiritual wisdom. And how we approach that is really through our live Twitter spaces. We are trying to get a more concrete schedule, but because Buddha is only about roughly 1 week old, we're just kind of just trying to get our feet planted. But we have already hosted two different meditations, and our third one is actually tonight in about 5 hours. And during these meditations, these are guided meditations by community members. And this is how we try to have a focus on our community, and we try to have a focus on spiritually aligning ourselves, and some of the principles that we practice, are around being modest and being humble, um, having more of a mindful presence. I don't want to drag on, but I could talk about this a little bit more, but I know we have a lot of other questions to get to.
Right. I honestly, I would love to hear more about it, but you're right. Now, when you were answering this question, you said that you arrange, meetings where you have meditations, and then you happen to have another one in the next 5 hours. Now, and this is not a comparison at all. It's not. But I noticed in the Jesus coin, sorry, I'm mentioning this. I just want to pick out something.
Yeah.
Um, that I noticed that in their community, right? They have this chat, should I say a chat specifically created for testimonies, right? Where people get to
Mhm.
talk about their experiences, it can be miraculous, or it can be just something truly amazing spiritually that they feel like sharing with people. So do you have something like that? Because I feel like when you're true with these meditations, right, you may not know, but it might have lifted people's spirits, it might have done this or done that. Do you have a channel where people can give their feedback, or just get to talk about how they feel, or about what is meditation sessions does for them spiritually, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great question. And what you're referring to specifically is the Testimony Tuesday with the Jesus Coin community. And at the end of our meditations, that was ironically enough, was one of the things that we were talking with our community about because after the first meditation ended, we just closed the Twitter space and we all immediately came into Telegram and we were talking about just how uplifting that was and how for some people how relaxing it was. Some people were saying that they've been so stressed out with work throughout the entire week and just they thought, hey, I'll take a shot in the dark. I'll join this Twitter meditation space and let's see what happens. And I've had people DM me and say that this was their first time that they've ever tried to meditate. They learned so much about how to do it. What is the process with it? And we were thinking and actively discussing about leaving our Twitter space open after the meditation is over to allow members to come up and start to speak about what was their experience like. Do they have any sort of burden that they're carrying on their shoulders that they may want to share with others? But as far as a specific chat. We're very close family, I like to say, more than just a community. And we do spend a lot of time talking in the Telegram. And we do have a Discord channel, which you can create a forum so that after your meditation is over, we can have concentrated discussion in our forums so that it doesn't get buried in the general chat. We can have this specific place right here specifically about the meditation and the experience that you have encountered.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Now,
Mhm,
still on the aspect of spirituality, um, I would like to ask. Now, there is no way you can have anything to do with, religion like Buddha or Buddhism, where
mhm.
um you are not bound to have new conversions. Definitely, like it's bound to happen because um um some people may not have experienced something like this, right? And then when they do, they realize that I want to do this, I want to be a part of this, I want to do this for the rest of my life. So how do you cater to or should I say, what plans do you have to cater to new conversions? I'm sorry, I'm using that word. I just can't find another word to use. But yeah, how do you cater to new conversions? Because I feel like you are not just helping them meditate, relax, and all of that. What happens when you actually find people who want to do this for life, right? So I feel like they will need guidance and all of that. So how do you cater to these people like this?
Yeah, so if someone joins into the community and they really start to put take that first step on their own and they start to, step up in the community, and they want to do more. They want to make this a more part of their core life. What we offer here with Buddha Coin currently, and again, this is something that we can evolve, adapt, and grow as time goes on. But as right now, as a core of what we offer and what we're trying to expand on as a community is teaching each other about the core Buddhist principles and teaching each other about DeFi in general so as someone who does want to kind of grow in that space, they can hang out with us in this community. They can become a sponge and absorb so much knowledge and information. I know that I personally have learned so much about Buddhism. And if you don't mind, just a quick thing I'll mention that I've learned about it recently is that there's a philosophy or a principle in it, if you will, that teaches you that life you will encounter a lot of suffering in life, and almost that life is about suffering. And the way that you can absolve yourself, relinquish yourself of that suffering is to forego your wants and desires in the world. And that really spoke a lot to me about being greedy and not having a lot of materialistic wants and possessions, especially in America. A lot of people are so obsessed with consumerism and purchasing and buying, and they feel like you have to buy all these things to feel special and to feel validated. And a core Buddhist principle is teaching you to let that go because that will drive you down a dark path, and it's not a path that we really want to go towards. So, educating our community about some of these core ethical living, mindfulness, and compassion principles, and also intertwining that with more tech savvy people who understand about these DeFi protocols, who understand about the blockchain and how records are transactions are done on the blockchain. And once we give you the tools, we want you to take your steps off and venture and have your own journey, have your own personal experience, and hopefully you will bring us with you. So we are going to give you guys every tool that you will need to be successful. Rather, that is with storytelling, writing, hosting your own meditation seminars for the community, creating a YouTube channel, or even just posting on Twitter. Whatever it is that you want to do, we can support you with giving you the proper tools and education so that you can succeed.
Thank you so much. You kind of went
Mhm.
ahead to cover the next question I was going to ask, and it was going to be centered on education. But yeah, you totally covered that. So
Oh.
let's move on to something else. Right. So now, going through your white paper, you mentioned that one of the core principles of you know, Buddhism is dana. Dana, and apparently it has to do with giving, with charity. So which brings me to my question now. Speaking about
Yeah.
charity, um have you begun charity in any aspect of the, like, have you begun the charity aspect of the project? Because going through your white paper, I saw that that is something that you are focused on. So have you made any steps? Have you started anything in terms of charity? And if you have, could you shed some light on the process, like from how you locate those in need of it to the criteria you use to filter or pick which people, or which people need your help? Like, do you the charity, is it targeted at institutions or individuals? Like, how does that work for the Buddha project?
Yeah, that is such an amazing question. Thank you so much for giving me the time to answer this one. So right now, again, being that Buddha coin is only about 1 week old, we are still, we're getting everything legitimized and more set up with, Etherscan and CoinMarketCap. And we have done those first steps to identify some charity organizations so that we can begin making proper donations to them. Right now, some of the hurdles that we've experienced with this, quite frankly, is going to revolve around taxes, because a lot of our current funds are in a cryptocurrency, and when we do these donations, we will need to convert them into American dollars, which will incur a tax. So we're still just trying to make sure we have all of our ducks in a row so that we can go about this legally, professionally, in the right way. But we have identified some charity organizations that we can hit the ground running with immediately as soon as we, finish these paperwork processes for understanding and making sure that, we're going to be compliant with the securities and exchange laws and the IRS for the most part, right? But as far as identifying them, it is both going to be organizations and individuals. Right now, what I can say, since we are in crypto, I wouldn't necessarily call this a quote unquote charity, but we have been giving back to our community and to people in need personally on Twitter. We've hosted, I believe, 4 giveaways already. And one of the key criteria in the giveaway um, is we ask you, and you can go and fact check this yourself. We ask you, hey, what will you do if you win this giveaway? What could it be used for? And we know we gather a lot of the comments for people who are speaking about, maybe they're going through something really hard in life. Maybe they need little funds to get through school for education. Maybe they need money for healthcare. any of those things are people that we try to look for when it comes to giving aid. And as we grow and expand, of course, that'll become a little more randomized, where we pick random winners, because at that point we will be having our tax work all completed, and we will be successfully able to make donations to humanitarian organizations. And just if you guys are wondering which ones were we looking at, we did find a few based out in Africa to help build just basic water wells for families in need, water wells for schools so that the school can have clean drinking water and they don't have to walk miles and miles to the nearest well. We can build one right on their school property. And it only costs around, 500 to 1,000 American dollars to get that kind of work done. But again, that is going to be something that will incur taxes, and we want to make sure that we're completely compliant with everything. So we are right now holding off on that just for maybe the next month or so. And right now, what we're focusing on is giving back to our community. And the criteria is obviously we want to make sure that these people that the charity that we are selecting is one that's actually in need, one that has a core alignment with our values that we like to sort of practice here, which is mindfulness, compassion, and community. We also like to analyze and assess what is the potential impact that we can make on this individual or or organization. How impactful will our donation be? Maybe we can only donate $300. Is that going to be very impactful? Where is that going to go? And also, just how transparent is that organization or individual, and how accountable is that individual or organization? And when I say individual in terms of transparency and accountability, what we really look for are more about the people on Patreon, just to make sure that there's no Patreon or GoFundMe. Sorry, I said Patreon. I get my services mixed up every now and then. The GoFundMe's, just to make sure that the person that we do select on GoFundMe is actually in need. Make sure that they are providing that transparency for us. Sorry, I know that was kind of a lot, but that's what I got for you there. And we can talk more about this too. I do have a little more information, but I'm sure we have, like I said earlier, a lot more to cover, and community members will want to come up and talk to me too.
Yeah, nah, no, you're doing great. Honestly, I would love for us to talk more about it. But just as a way to continue this particular discussion on this topic of charity and what you got going on, you mentioned that you are extremely careful of the people that you select, to know people who are actually in need. And it kind of reminded me of a project. I think I'm going to call their name, BNB Tiger, right? BNB
Mhm,
Tiger. Baby BNB Tiger, doing so well. And then they had this charity thing where they kind of rescue animals, right? It's beautiful. People love
mhm,
pets and all of that. And then there was a person who submitted a request to uh, receive funds, right? Um,
mhm,
in order to rescue stray cats, kittens,
mhm,
cats. And then I will say that this person happened to be from, a country in Africa, and I know what's obtainable in my continent. And I knew immediately that there was there was nothing like that. Like, I just knew it
uh-huh.
was a front, to
Yeah,
siphon money from these people. And I felt really bad because we don't get many projects who really take charity seriously. Yes, people come and say we want to do charity, but in the end nobody really follows through, right? And then find a
yeah.
project who's actually following through, and you will definitely get the bad eggs who will try to ruin it. So I had to write send a message to the founder and tell them you need to be careful. But I didn't just accuse that person. I had to provide facts. I had to back it up with facts so that they be very, very careful. So please do go ahead and tell us more about your charity and how I am very, very interested in how you do feel these people, because I know what I'm saying. That's why I had to narrate this, incident. So please tell us
Yeah,
more about
no,
it.
absolutely, and, that's it's awful that someone takes, the kindness of others for granted, and will attempt to do fraudulent activities with them. Um, as far as our structure is going to be, again, we are doing weekly giveaways every core phase of the moon, which happens about roughly every once a week, is when we do our giveaways. So as far as the smaller type giveaway goes, in reality, they're only going to get about 50 bucks or so. It's not too much of money, which is why we're able to sustain it for an entire year. So that's why we're doing one whole year and maybe even longer of giveaways once a week, every week. And for those people, the most vetting that we can really do is just reading what they're writing in the replies and the comments. But as far as making a bigger donation to charity, say it is for building a well in Africa or helping out in humanitarian needs, helping out homeless people on Skid Row, we will actually have to go in, and either we are finding these organizations on official vetted websites that have the built-in systems and tools used to make donations, but we're not necessarily going to be looking to implementing something where a community member can say, "Hey, I'm so and so. I live in Africa and I'm going to adopt kittens. Send me money." We're not going to create any forms for individuals to come up and say something like that, more than we are going to be going out and finding official people in need, organizations in need that are already vetted on well established charity organizational type websites. And those are the ones that we'll be selecting to send, bigger allotments of funds to. And as far as giving back to our core community members, that'll happen on a weekly basis from our Twitter giveaways and Telegram giveaways.
All right. Thank you. Now, I think that we have really covered the spiritual aspect of it and the charity aspect. So let's get down to the DeFi aspects, because I know
Yeah,
that we do have investors who just want to know, when do I make my 2x, my 3x, when's marketing and all of that. So yes, let's make this very balanced and let's talk about that. Now
yeah.
let me start with let me start with partnerships and collaborations. Now, I do not talk with any project without talking about partnerships, because I believe that every project should be run, regardless of the idea behind the project, should be run like a business. When you do it that way, um I don't know. It just tends to do better, So there is no business anywhere, there's no project anywhere without collaborations and partnerships. So I will ask, what are your plans for collaborations and partnerships? And I'm not talking just any, oh, let's give them a partnership. No, I'm talking about something solid that is in line, with your goals, your vision, and also something that reflects your commitment to long-term growth of your project. So, what are some of these plans that you have that you're working on?
Yeah. So for as far as marketing and partnerships and long-term growth, what are the plans that we have for this? I can't really talk too much about what we are really wanting to do because a lot of it could be a leak, and I don't wanna speak where, when I finish this, I'm gonna go into the room with my team, and they're like, "Why did you see all that?" But what I can tell you is, as for right now, since we are in kind of like this phase 1 of our token launch and growth, what we're doing right now is we're trying our best to reach out to notable, DeFi, YouTuber and influencers that we can partner with on a low scale for right now, just to help spread the word. And the people that we select, we're making sure that they're, I'm really big into the YouTube space myself, and I'm making sure that, I'm going through the last 7 months, 8 months, 12 months of uploads. I'm checking out the quality of the content that these people are posting and making sure that they aren't frankly shilling a rug pull. And these are the YouTubers that we're staying away from, the ones who will, just accept payment and then shill a rug pull. We were looking to build ongoing partnerships with some particular YouTubers. One particularly right now is a smaller YouTuber who's got about 15,000 um, subscribers, and we've been networking with him, and we've been kind of in the background having a talk about a sustainable ongoing partnership together And as far as marketing goes, we have been reaching out to different marketing agencies, just getting price quotes and sending them our package about all of our logos and media and information like that. Um, but we can't give you a confirmation on who these agencies are and who we're working with as of right now. But that's kind of our long-term plan, is to reach out to these legitimate agencies that particularly do focus on these things so that we can have mass on the ground promotional, people handing out flyers. And one thing that I've recently found out for big on the ground, boots on the ground marketing, to have a really big reach in America specifically, those types of marketing agencies are the same people who run the promotions for the Super Bowls and the bigger events, and they require a ton of cash. But it's just nice to just, get your foot in the door, shake their hand virtually, just introduce yourself so that they're on your radar, so that when we do grow big enough, it's not going to be as hard to reach out to them and say, "Hey, now we're ready." But as far as some of these smaller ones like Icoda, that is one that we have not sealed a deal with just yet, but we have been speaking with them and just making sure that, our values do align with their values. And I can't really give too much more about that, but we have been having a few conversations with them.
All right, fair enough. You did give us something. What looking forward to? Now, I would uh usually I would love I usually would like to get more into marketing, but I realized that as Brudy mentioned, this is a vision, right? It's not just,
Yeah.
a random project yet. So we don't want to put, oh, when marketing gang in front of everything. So, and besides, the chart is doing so well. I don't see the need for that kind of questions on it. It's just irrelevant for me
Yeah.
at this point, because I feel like a project that's just growing, starting out growing, you feel like you're already headed in the right direction,
Yeah, and can I say
talking.
something on that really fast
Definitely.
too? Yeah, just,
Sure.
I just wanna you're hitting the nail right on the head. We are, like I said, we're barely a little over 1 week old. Our chart is not like most meme coin charts, as you guys have probably noticed already. Most meme coins charts, especially ones that have a presale, a fair presale, they will launch, and then within the first 72 hours, those first 3 days, they'll go up, down, they'll never recover. And with our chart, you don't see anything like that at all. And I think the reason why is because every single community member that we have has been working their butts off. They have been bleeding, sweating, crying, working so hard to spread the word that this is the world's second largest faith-based meme coin. And as we grow larger, I do envision we do evolve beyond being a meme coin, and this is a token that really does represent this faith of Buddhism, and this is what will attract people. I think that as the world of finance evolves, we will see each different faith kind of have its own currency. I don't think that the world will necessarily be run by the United States petrodollar cartel for too much longer. And I do think that once the dollar kind of, we see it now with BRICS, with, the BRICS nations going very bullish on the yuan, and they're accepting, all these other different currencies as well. They're not even doing international trade with oil with dollars anymore. They're taking Chinese yuan for oil. So I think that as we naturally evolve and see the financial world shaping up, to show us that the dollar's supremacy reign is slowly coming to an end, what's going to be next? DeFi and Bitcoin, all of this is coming up, is knocking on the door. I think a lot of people will say, "Hey, we don't want to have a fiat based currency. I want something more free, something more decentralized." And while people will flock to Bitcoin for those reasons, a lot of other people won't know what to do, but they will know that they have their faith, and that will bring them to these types of tokens. So I think that we're on the cusp of something new, something emerging that can really have a lot of potential to take off, especially as finance evolves on a macro scale. And every single person in the Buddha community, we believe in having this mindful approach to digital currencies. And I think that because we're all on the same path and we're all on that same page together, you don't have your typical, what's the term? Jeeps, just getting in and writing a 2x and then dumping. You know, a lot of people are saying, no, this is something real here. This is something that has potential to really be a catalyst and change the future of finance, even. And that's why our chart does look so healthy, is because a lot of people in our community really do believe in this, and they're not just really trying to chase a bag.
Oh my God. Now I think this is the point where I say that you literally like took the words out of my mouth, because just today I was going through the project and I thought like, wait, is this going to be a meta? But no, I felt like no, it was going to be way beyond that, because a meta is typically something that comes and trends and then dies and then a new one comes and replaces it. But this was looking like it's looking real. And I think
Yeah.
the first time I actually felt it was when I joined the Jesus Coin group, right? When I saw it first,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, another one. They just want to make money and that kind of thing." And then when I joined the group and I saw that they had days for testimonies, I'm like, "Wait, no, no, okay, so
Yeah.
this is something different." And now there's Bitcoin, and I'm like, "Wait, wow." Very soon we're gonna have the one for Hinduism, Confucianism, and all of that. And honestly, it's something different, and I love it.
It
It's like a
is.
breath of fresh air.
It
Yeah.
it really is, and I believe that history often repeats itself, but it's not exactly the same thing. The last cycle, we saw the meme coin genre solidify itself in existence with Dogecoin and those hundreds of thousands of Inu tokens popping up. A lot of people are writing off the meme coins and writing off that this will never happen again. History shows us that it always repeats itself and it may rhyme differently. I think the next cycle, we really can see meme coins coming back, but it probably won't be Dogecoin again. It probably won't be the puppy Enus again. Maybe it really will be these faith-based meme coins that are propping up. And with Buddha coin, that's something that I speak a lot about, is we support the Jesus community and a Jesus token wholeheartedly. Again, Maker Lee, the founder, and I are pretty good friends, and they're literally the ones that inspired us to try to do this with with Buddhism. Um, and we want to be the hub, if you will, for these spiritual coins, for these faith coins, for the faith economy. Just like how Dogecoin had its whole economy with the Enus prop up, I can see the faith economy coming up with, Jesus coin, Buddha coin, Hindu, Islam. There's so many other spiritualities, and so many different religions have so many different gods in them. And maybe the different gods within a particular religion, that could become the meta in this new bigger thing that is happening to DeFi. So I think you're right. I think that a lot of people are seeing this as, okay, Jesus coin, what is this? And then when you get into it, you realize, wait, no, no, no. There's something going on here. And just like with Buddha coin, some people have already said, they bought it simply because there was a Jesus coin, and they say, well, there's got to be more than just one. And when they joined our meditation space, they were mind blown. They're like, "Wait a second, this is more than just a meme coin already." And I'm pretty humble. I'll take that. I don't think we're there entirely yet, but that's exactly where we're marching towards. That's exactly where we're trying to grow. And we want to be that hub so that we can honor and help out these we hope the same way Jesus coin inspired us to create Buddha coin, we hope Buddha coin inspires that next person, that next team, to create the next faith-based coin. And all of us together, we can work together to lift all of us up, to show the DeFi Web3 economy, hey, there's an entire new ecosystem emerging. Check us out. Check this out. And again, it's around your faith. Like I said, I've learned so much from the Jesus community and Jesus coin, and I am learning so much about myself, my state of mind, who I am deep down through these meditations with Buddha coin. And I did not know that any of this type of stuff was possible. So I'm just so happy that, we created this and so many community members came and said, "Hey, this is who I feel like on the inside, deep down, all the time." And they're teaching me so much, and that's exactly what this is about. It's about the community. It's not about the founders. It's about all of us together spreading this word and just trying to find peace in our lives, find a place of being calm and still. And especially in the DeFi world where, win this, win that, win 100x, win moon, go fast, go fast, go fast. And with Buddha, what I really love and what I'm seeing being fostered here is that ethos of slow down, relax. And that is what I truly love the most about this community so far.
Yeah, it's giving chill, homie. Honestly, I think we should have said it like about 5 times or more. Chill, homie. Come
Yeah,
on, relax.
chill.
Okay, guys, honestly, I have been chatting. Like, I don't want us to take up, the whole time without
Yeah.
asking anyone for questions. So yes, get your questions and we'll take it. I see Kratos. Kratos, go ahead with your question, real quick.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, Kratos.
Yes, it was some beautiful A.M.A. I enjoyed listening to you talk about Buddhism, and I went through your chat. I see it's a whole lot different from what I've been seeing in the crypto space since I've been here for the past 3 years. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate you and your team for what you're doing so far. I really applaud you guys for that. So my question is, do you have plans to integrate NFTs?
Oh, that is I can't give you guys any I can I'll say this, I can neither confirm nor deny that statement. But that's something we have been talking about. That's something we have definitely looked at. We do have members on our team who are very, very experienced with the NFT sector, especially dynamic NFTs, not static NFTs. So that's something that we're looking at. But as far as execution, it is looking like it's going to be way, way down the line. It's not going to be something anytime soon, but we are privy to NFTs and we are also keen on the layer two scaling solutions as well.
Okay, so that would be super awesome. NFTs that actually can interpret what Buddhism actually stands for. Okay, so I have another observation. I went to your website and I didn't see a lot of information on your website. I don't know if you're planning to have updates on your website or
Yeah,
that's just
I one thing, I think you're the second person to tell me this, and I'll get back to our designer about this. But a lot of information can be found right in the middle of the website where you see the Buddhist monk, meditating, and it says tokenomics. And let me go to it and give you the rest of it here because I am drawing a slight blank. Sorry. So in the middle of the page, it says tokenomics, journey, and purpose. If you click on
yeah.
one of those three links, those are actually hyperlinks to take you to receive more information about Buddha Coin and more. I think that we maybe need to kind of make those letters glow or make them a little bigger so that it kind of stands out so people know that, hey, click me to learn more. So thank you so much for that feedback. It is well received, and I'll definitely pass that along to our team.
Okay, thank you so much. One more question. I don't know if the time can actually take me into these. Most projects fail
Um,
to. Um, sorry, Jenna. Hello.
yeah, okay. Can we would like to give other people a chance to ask questions.
Yeah,
So
because
why don't you yeah, ask your question in the chat, the Buddha coin chat. Okay? So other people can
okay.
answer.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for
Thank
your time.
you.
All right. Okay, I see none. So, Nunzo, Dennis, you're up next. Are you there?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Hi,
Sure.
yes.
All right. I love the idea of the project. What I want to understand the, is the idea that because it's associated to religion, people can feel confident in investing in the coin, right? And then, secondly, for someone, for me now, I'm just hearing about this for the first time. How do I, in as much as it's religion, I would want to invest in something that I know is going to be profitable. So, how does it help my earning from the very beginning? When I decide to invest in the Buddha ecosystem. I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down. So we have to be extremely careful when we talk about stuff like this because in the United States, the SEC does not play any games, and if they ever catch wind that we are telling people if you buy this product, it will appreciate in value in any way, shape, form, or capacity, that's going to make us immediately a target as an unregistered security. That is the last thing that we want to happen. So, unfortunately, we can't give any type of rhetoric at all around buy this token, it will mean blank will happen. And as far as the first half of your question revolving around, um, should I buy this token because I believe in this religion? I can't. Again, that kind of it really does. It is opening us up for a liability case with being an unregistered security. So I can't necessarily say yes, buy this token because it is going to align with your faith. I can't tell you to buy this token more than I can show you reasons why it might be a good investment. You have to join our Telegram, talk to the community, talk to me, join our meditation spaces, and you'll have to come up with a conclusion on your own. I know that's probably not the answer that you want to hear, but that is the legally correct answer that you should always hear. If anyone ever promises you a return on your investment, run away. I will never make those kinds of promises. I want to be as safe here, and I want to keep all of you guys safe and make sure that you guys understand exactly what it is that you're purchasing if you do decide to join our community.
Oh, okay. So it's left for us now, based on the information we get from being in your community and seeing what's going on, to decide what we want to do next and what we can get out of it, basically.
Yes, that is the most that I can really advise is if you join our community and you like the community, you like the essence of it, you like what we're doing here, then you can make your own decision if you want to invest or not. A lot of the products and services that we offer you, such as our flagship service being the meditation space, is completely free. You don't have to own a token, you don't have to follow us, you don't have to do anything for us. You can just join and listen, and we provide this to everyone for free. And that's kind of that's what we hope to do. And if you like that and you choose to, you can then invest into it.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome.
Thank you for the question. Okay, one more question if that's okay with you, B, and then
Yeah,
we'll wrap it up.
absolutely.
Okay, I was looking for someone I saw from the beginning, Adenike, but I can't find you anymore. So I guess we'll go with David, right? Okay, David. Let's go with David Ajia. Okay, if you can hear me, David.
Hello, David. Come on down.
Okay. So we don't waste time. Let's find somebody else. We have about five hands up. Tajudin. All right, you are up next.
I see you gotta unmute yourself. Tajideen, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I wanted to ask
Excellent.
that is this the project first is this the first project?
I'm sorry, you said is this the fourth project? I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
couldn't hear
yeah,
you.
yeah. I said is this the team first project?
Yeah. He's asking if this is your first project as a team.
Oh, that is yes, no, this is this is definitely not our first rodeo. Um we so a little backstory about my team. I volunteered for I don't know if you know the coin Kishu. His little puppy coin back in the day. I volunteered with them and they created a spin-off coin, a couple of different spin-offs. And so as a community member, and that's what really got me into being community oriented was joining those early days types of meme coins. So I volunteered as an operations manager for Kishu and we got a lot of work done and that's where I met the designer and a lot of our other core team members. So a lot of us have a ton of volunteer work, and a lot of us have actually launched tokens on different layer two networks, such as like the Moon River network. But I don't know if you know anything about the Moon River network. What happened with that entire blockchain was multichain.org, which is their number one servicer for cross-chain uh, integration, bridging, basically a bridge. They ended up being hacked for over $100 million, and when that hack happened, it basically killed off the entire network. And that is when we kind of had our a big lesson to learn is, hey, if you're going to build a
Okay.
project on another network, make sure that everything is secure. So that's why we decided to, about 13 months later, let's try this again. And this time, let's choose the Ethereum network. That's why I mentioned earlier that we're extremely keen on different layer two projects because we've launched on layer twos before. Just in the past, one of the layer twos that we launched on was not as secure, so now we're choosing to launch on Ethereum, the world's most liquid and most secure blockchain network, besides Bitcoin.
All right. Thank you for answering that, Tajdin. All right. Okay. Um. Yeah, I think we spent like the past 3 minutes. Yeah, 53 minutes talking. Honestly, I think B
Mhm.
and I just consumed the time. Just talking, which was really cool. Yeah. Okay, but I think this is where we wrap it up. So,
Awesome.
B, is there anything that we haven't touched on that you'd like to go over really quick before we call it a day?
I just want to give a big thanks to you for letting me ramble. I can kind of talk a lot and get, just go on and on and on forever. So
I wouldn't say it was rambling. I mean, I enjoyed it. So
thank you. Yeah, if anyone wants to chat with me, join our Buddha Telegram. Connect with us on Twitter. And just again, I just want to hit the nail on the head a couple more times that we are offering weekly meditation services for free, all on Twitter. You can join anonymously if you're a little shy or embarrassed. And all you have to do is just listen. That's it, just listen. Thank you so much, Jenna, for this time and this opportunity. It's honestly been a great fun. And I really enjoyed talking to you and your community members asking these questions.
thank you so much, B, and thank you, Bruto. Bruto's here, right? Pretty sure he's here, but yeah,
Yes,
thank you
Bruno
guys
is
for.
here. I think he's still muted, but he's been in here giving me that emotional support.
Yeah, yeah, I see him. Okay, well, thank you, B. I love chatting with you. It was really, it was fun, and honestly, it was
Yes.
enlightening. And I think that somehow you kind of embody the uh chillness, that the Buddha coins community is supposed to have.
Thank
You're really
you.
chill yourself. So yeah. But thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so
And
much.
yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Everyone who asked questions, who still have their hands up, make sure to join the Buddha coin community and you can ask your question. Thank you once again. It was great having you.
Nice to meet you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you guys.